So I'll do one more. See if I can get, anybody who actually wants to try to use these videos for Bagua, doing some Bagua. So we've already got the ox paws the earth, the line step or the pull from behind step, the tin soldier stepping, the pulling forward, maintaining a vertical line, sitting on your, that's a lot of stuff already, sitting on the bar stool. So let's just talk a little bit then about what's happening in the legs themselves. So not just how the legs are moving, but what's the feeling inside the legs. So at the beginning, this is all basics still. You want to kind of have a couple of things happening. A small ball. Where is my ball? That's a good thing to put on the internet. Where's my balls? Here we go. So I've got this is the one I use for Bagua. So I got just a little foam ball here. So when I was learning from my first teacher, he would make us hold it between our thighs. Okay? And what this does is as you're walking, when you hold this ball between your thighs, you have to have an inward pressure. If I release that inward pressure, it doesn't take long before this thing's going to drop, right? So there becomes this kind of inward spiraling power in the thigh. So I'm not just sitting on my legs and moving them. My legs are actually working. And I don't just mean carrying my weight. There's an inward force, okay? It's like, in a way, it's kind of like an I Jing Jing in the legs. So if you have one of these, it really works. I torture my students with this one. And if not, you just have to imagine it. So the ball between the thighs, walking around like that. So there's an inward pressure all the time, an inward pressure, right? So now, once you've got this inward pressure, you can kind of see it if I'm walking circles. There's a squeezing power here. Then there's another one of the old Bagua sayings, which is the feet must rub a rope. When they mean that, they mean like a big hemp rope, like huge, okay? Almost the size of that ball, actually. So if you were to lay this rope on the ground, the insides of your feet would rub that rope. And what this is doing is it's keeping you small, okay? So, because one of the tests in Bagua is, while I'm walking, somebody pushes on my body from the side, because I'm really unstable that way, right? Really easy to knock me over. If I've got everything in position, that power will wrap around my body and I'll be rooted, I'll be solid anyway. So what happens is people cheat, right? They get tested this way and they start walking with these huge steps so that they basically got like a gongbu, like a bow and arrow stance that they can take sideways pressure from. It's not correct. The reason it's not using a gongbu in the walking is because it's not fast enough, okay? So the thighs are squeezing the ball, the small ball, and the feet are rubbing a rope. So I've got this basically exactly the same distance, space, all the way down my legs. And it's all inward pressing. And what that does is as it's rotating and pressing inwards and pressing downwards, anything that touches you down here, the force will wrap around it. It won't go deeply into your body. Of course, some of it will. Like you get hit, yeah, you're getting hit. But some of that force is going to spread. It's like surface tension on a ball. If I hit a ball that's filled with air, the reason my hand just doesn't go through it is that that surface tension from the air inside will actually spread force around it. And that's like the pungjin that we're going to try to get, right? So as I'm walking, if somebody touches me from the side, as far as the legs go, there's a rotation of their power going in here because of this turn. So it makes me harder to knock over. And because it's narrow, not like a gongbu, it makes me fast. Right? Bagua is really, really fast. If you've ever screwed around with a Bagua guy, they're a pain, real pain to deal with. They're always behind you. They're really fast. So if you're training it, you have to try to achieve that while maintaining the root. So there's a couple more pieces to the puzzle. So thighs have a ball suspended between them. Well, not suspended, but held between them. And the feet are rubbing a big hemp rope. So now you've got more things to work on while you walk straight lines, okay? Don't do circles yet, because the way the circle engages has to do actually with the upper body as well as the lower body. I'm just working lower body stuff here. So, body vertical, the yang hip, right, rolling over, because this is a chung kind of a vibe here. The ox paws the earth exercise, tin soldier exercise, and then feet rubbing the rope, heel not coming up behind you, you're not doing this, and ball between the thighs, feet rubbing a rope. Yeah, that's getting a ways. We're a ways into the list. pulling forward that lion step, pulling yourself forward. If you're doing this correctly and you're really sunken into your legs should hate you. Hate you. If it's not hard, it's not right. It sucks to train circle walking. It should be really tough at first because the legs are not going to be ready for it. They're not going to be conditioned for it. I mean, I started Bagua, you know, whatever, I don't know, how long ago did I start Bagua? It's 2015, like 13, 14 years ago. And I'd already been training almost 20 years. It was still hell on my legs, like hell. So really pay close attention to the legs. If it seems simple, double check. All right, here's a couple more things for you to work on.